and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, what's happening there, Drew?
Hey, it's Loveline.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm hoping against a hope, but I can't win for losing. Drew and I were just talking about what hope against hope means.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Your turn.
All righty. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. I'm Adam. That's him. 1-800-LOVE-191, everybody.
What?
We, is that the right phone number? Yeah, good. We got so into our guests last night, Robert Downey Jr. and Anthony Kiedis, and rightfully so, that we forgot to mention a few nice highlights of the big mother station, K-Rock's Acoustic Christmas. Good show this year. Had a good time. Had a few cocktails.
Now, you were loaded.
Yeah.
First of all, well, let's be clear about this.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and I every year have to announce bands at these big festival concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Adam just didn't show up for one of them this time.
Yeah.
He didn't show.
Pete Yorn, I missed. Yeah. You know why? Because last we spoke, we were bringing up 311 on Sunday night.
I know where you're going. It's not my fault.
No, it is not your fault.
Don't try to put it on me.
No. One of the only real important message my dad ever put forth to me was, everything is your fault. That's really the only thing that a-hole ever really imparted to me, knowledge-wise.
You suck, and everything's your fault.
Yeah. But to be fair to me, we brought up one band. We brought up POD on Saturday night, and Sunday night, when I heard we were bringing up 311, I just assumed it was one band again, as we normally do.
And unacceptable.
Didn't look to see if we had another band beforehand, because we'd only brought up one band the night before. So showed up a few minutes late. I always like it when you over K-Rock. It's nothing but a-holes over there. They're always very sarcastic.
They missed you too at the Christmas party today, by the way.
And I forgot about that. I showed up.
About that too. Okay, yeah.
You should have told me. I was at 311's Christmas party. Yeah. I showed up, and Bean of Kevin and Bean said, hey, nice on stage. Nice intro. And I looked at him for a minute, and I thought,
You talking about yesterday?
He doesn't normally compliment my work. When we brought up POD yesterday, what'd I say? Hi, here's POD. Oh, well, maybe he's being nice. And I kept walking, and someone else said, hey, nice on stage. And I thought, well, now this is more than a coincidence. I've never had a compliment from anyone at the station. Something's up. And then people came up to me and told me I missed the onstage. It's funny how your brain works, though. Like, it was so funny. It was like, Bean giving me a compliment. Interesting. Oh, well, it's that time of year, I guess. I kept walking. But, I missed that Pete Yorn on stage. But I was there to bring out 311. Who was great.
Then you were loaded by that point, though.
Well, I had a couple. After the abuse I'd suffered for not bringing out Pete Yorn, I had to hit the booze
sauce.
Pretty good. Yeah,
that's good.
But that was nice, and 311 was great.
Yeah,
Foo Fighters were great. I love them Foo Fighters. That is a rock band. Them Foo Fighters. Bad Religion was great. System of a Down, and everybody else who I'm forgetting to mention. A lot of people. I got a little caught in between. So
I talked to John today from System of a Down. He wants to have dinner with us on Friday.
Right, but I'm not coming back in town until a little later, so we'll have to work that out. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
Jenny?
Hello?
Is this Jenny?
Janae.
Janae.
Beg your pardon.
What's up there, Janae?
Well, there's this guy I like, and he's into oral sex and stuff. I've never done it before.
What? What is this?
He's into oral?
Yeah.
Receiving oral sex?
Yeah, receiving.
Huh.
Why?
Where'd you find this guy?
No, well, it's normal. I know that. I've never done it before.
All righty.
And so I wanted to know what exactly you're supposed to do.
It's really hard to do it, to go wrong. I mean, you're not going to get any complaints.
No matter what.
It's all going to be good.
Really?
Yeah. Are you nervous about not doing it correctly?
Yeah.
Do you have a retainer? I mean, spit out your gum, your retainer, your chewing tobacco, whatever you happen to have in your mouth at the time.
You know, I did a chat today at drdrew.com, and a woman asked about giving head to a guy with a piercing, and I thought, man, times have changed, because I've got to, because I said, no risk. Well, I thought, well, you could get the braces locked up with the piercing. I think times have changed from the good old days. Huh?
Yeah.
Braces interlocked during a smooch. It's now the Prince Albert getting hung up on some wire. It's unbelievable.
Hey, Janae?
Yeah?
Do you have any braces?
No.
Okay. Is this guy an experienced guy?
I don't know.
How old is he?
He's 18.
You don't know if he's had other girlfriends?
Well, I think he's had a girlfriend, but the way he describes her, she's, like, really prudy.
Real prude, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're ready to do this, let's see. Rhythmic, nice, even. Don't get into the bells and whistles. That's what I want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the big, all the stuff that looks good on camera. That's never any good. That's just for show.
Okay.
Get nice and rhythmic. And leave the balls alone too. You don't need that.
Okay.
Anderson apparently shaking his head in disgust over there. I don't need any ball play, Drew. No. Just nice and smooth. Just if you're in love, it'll all work out.
Okay. Ouch! And Adam?
All right, and you know what? Don't worry about anything. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
All right, you'll
Adam,
be fine.
I want you to know you're like my God. I love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and same with you, Dr. Drew. You guys are like, I praise you.
Thank
All
you.
my friends at school, you guys are our gods. Just like you like to know.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Geez, I ran to somebody I got into the show on Sunday and Saturday night, and she brought a Van tennis shoe with her, a Converse tennis shoe, having all the band members sign the shoe.
Oh yeah, smooth.
There you go.
Yeah, I being an atheist, I feel like I'm free to be someone's God. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to stop them and say I'm not the real God because I could be. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Cody,
Yeah,
you're 15.
yeah.
What's up?
I just got busted by my mom smoking a little weed in my Mustang in my driveway. And
Mustang, you're 15.
Yeah.
Hey, he's actually talking about a horse.
Oh, okay.
No.
No?
Yeah, it's an 88. I mean, I'm not legal to drive it, but it's still mine.
How'd you get it?
I bought it
Where'd you get the money?
working.
Boy, you know what I love about this Cody? He doesn't spin any yarns. How'd you get that Mustang? Bought it. Where'd you get the money? Working. Well, I'll tell you, this guy, it's like a kaleidoscope
He should be
of
he's
words.
like
This guy should really, I'll tell you. Hey, Cody,
Yeah.
you got to get a journal.
Or-
You got to collect all this stuff.
Just
It's
a teller of
amazing.
stories. Just one of the storyteller guys. Will Rogers, the next Will Rogers. There
Never
it is.
such a vivid picture been drawn up. That's crazy. Oh, working, boy. So you got the car, and you're going to start driving it when you're 16.
Yeah.
All right. And your family doesn't have a problem with you having the car before you're 16?
No, that's actually my second car. I've already had a 1970 Plymouth Duster, too.
What'd you do with the Duster?
I got rid of it. Sold
Yeah,
it.
I see.
It was too much work. Had a little bit of cancer.
Yeah, little rust.
Yeah.
Do you drive these cars?
Not yet. I just turned 15, so I haven't got my permit yet.
All right. So you buy these. You bought your first car and sold your first car without having a driver's license yet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I've been into cars ever since I was little, so.
Well, that's good. So she caught you smoking weed out in your car.
What is your question for us?
Well, I was wondering, I've been taking some Zoloft for about maybe a month, and everyone's been telling me that I've been, the most sluggish person they've ever seen and all this. And
Well, that was before the Zoloft. That's from the pot.
Well, sort of. I wasn't that bad, but when I started taking Zoloft, it was worse. So I guess they say I haven't really noticed it. And I was just wondering, is that going to change, or is that just an effect of the Zoloft?
No, that would not be a common effect. I mean, occasionally it can, but it is a very common effect of the pot. And if your friends are now starting to look at you realistically, I certainly hear the pot, can't you?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking he needs another car.
And if
I'd like to see him go through 3 or 4 cars before he gets his permit.
you're smoking pot heavily and taking Zoloft, you might as well not take the Zoloft. It counteracts the effect. It makes it not work. It's a ridiculous waste of time.
Oh, there's like 3 guys I know who actually had cars before their birthday, before their 16th birthday. I have this huge long scroll now of reasons to kick my dad in the nuts.
This is one of them.
Oh, yeah. Now, this guy worked, had a paper route or something and bought his. But whenever I hear about that, yeah, my dad, he gave me his old Mustang. He bought a Corvette, and he gave me the Mustang. I was 15 and a half. He let me drive it around. I'm going to take my dad's nuts. I'm going to put him in a vice, and I'm just going to kick him with an iron boot. Oh, my God.
I'm not telling Cody to stop the Zoloft. I'm just saying that you're not telling people about the pot, and that's what needs to be dealt with.
Nancy?
Yes.
You're 24?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, I went to a party this weekend. My husband and I went to a party this weekend, and there were two girls there who had breast implants.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a little drunk, and we're sitting around, and he is like all about. One of them actually went from like an A to a C, so she looked perfectly normal.
How do you know these friends of yours?
Yeah, well, the one girl is dating my brother-in-law, and the other one I just met that night.
All righty.
The one that's dating my brother-in-law has, like, huge. I mean, she went from a B to, like, a double D. They're huge.
What, does she use them in her work?
No, not at all.
Pounding nails or crushing recycling at a recycling plant?
Who is number one?
You know what? I actually think she got him, to boost her self-esteem.
Oh, shocking.
That's what it seemed like. The other girl who went from an A to a C, she was just absolutely flat.
Okay.
And just wanted to have something.
All right.
We had these big, long conversations about him, whatever.
Who? You and
my
your
husband, he gets drunk, and he's all, look at hers, they're perfect, talking about the girl that's got the huge, huge boobs.
Is he wanting you to do that?
No. He's never expressed any kind of, like, interest in me getting breast implants at all. I have pretty big ones myself. And they're telling him, oh, the real ones are better, they feel better, these are horrible, she should never do it, saying that to my husband, but he's still, like wants to feel them and play with them.
They're saying that to your husband, the ones who had the breast implants?
Yeah, they were saying that that they're horrible and you don't want to touch them and they don't feel normal.
The women are saying that? Or
yes, both of them.
Why is your husband such, you'll excuse my French, but he's such an asshole?
Hold on, Drew. Could you imagine yourself at a party with this? Your wife would freehand your nuts with a fungo bat, like into deep left center field.
I would hope she would. That's what she should do if I behave like that.
Oh, he's had a couple of boozes. His woman's there.
That is over the top inappropriate behavior.
It is not if your partner is into it.
If your partner can tolerate a certain amount of joking around, but it very quickly becomes disrespectful, and he's already into the I want to touch business, which is way, way, way out of bounds.
All right, but let me explain something. Your wife keeps you on a fairly short leash. We all know that. I mean, we kid about it, but it's the God's honest. And Drew, you and I talk about this all the time. There's many women who are not that way. They just I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to think of one that's not insulting, but what I mean is they don't care if their guy goes to a strip club, and they don't care if a guy breaks wind and grabs a boob
I would
party.
bet that 90% of those care, but feel they have to tolerate it.
No.
Yes.
No,
let's get some of those up here to talk to
us. I'm telling you. Hey, Nancy?
Open.
Yeah, Here's Nancy's one of the ones that probably encourages this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, pow, the reality of her feelings come to bear.
No.
I don't encourage it. I'm very open to where, yes, I will discuss things. I don't have a problem discussing things. And when we're sitting there having the conversation about it, that's no problem. But when it comes to the point where he told one of them that she had perfect boobs, and I'm sorry, I'm sitting right there.
You see what I'm saying, Adam? You see what I'm saying? It's perfect, Brett. Fine, no problem.
No.
Oh, this one thing, pow, over the top, and pow, on it comes. Here it comes.
You don't tell another woman she has perfect anything in front of your woman. All I'm saying is there's some women who have a slightly higher level of concern about things, and others that are slightly more laid back. No one is going to tolerate cheating. No one's going to tolerate indiscretions or hand jobs or Swedish massages. Some don't care about. There's plenty of women whose husband can go to a bachelor party and they don't really care.
Yeah.
They trust him. They don't care what went on. They assume the guy watched his buddy lick some whipped cream off someone's ass and aren't necessarily interested.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. Nancy?
So we call it stupid you're talking about.
What's that?
You're saying stupid.
Who's stupid?
What, you mean women?
That would assume so ridiculous. It makes such a set of potentially inaccurate assumptions.
No, I have friends, you being one of them, and I have a few other close friends, actually just one other, their wives don't like it when they go out and do stuff, and then I have friends whose wives don't really care. They'd all be mad if they caught him cheating. Don't get me wrong. All right, go ahead. So this guy said this chick was perfect.
Right, and see, like I said, my boobs are fine. I have a little bit of a complex because I have a scar, because I had surgery, and I think that's probably what bothered me. Is I had a Metaport catheter installed, and it's actually because of the weight of my boobs. I think it's called a keloid scar.
Yeah, what did you need a catheter for?
I had Hodgkin's disease.
Wow.
Hey, they put a catheter in your boobs?
No. It goes in the subclavian vein.
Oh,
it's a port, so they don't keep putting IVs in. It's a little button that sits here and goes into the subclavian vein.
Yeah, a big metal plate right above my boob that they injected chemo in me.
Is it out now?
Actually, they had to take it out because they were going to keep it in the full 5 years.
Got infected?
No, it didn't get infected. The tubing, the doctor who put it in between my first rib and my clavicle, and the tubing broke and got lodged in my heart.
Oh,
bad times.
And so I had to have, it was kind of like an angiogram.
Wow.
Where they went up and grabbed it, and anyhow.
Hey, is everything that's an opening to you a catheter, Drew? I mean, a reusable...
Catheter is a long tube.
Yeah.
That goes in you?
Yeah, that goes in you.
Okay. It's mostly for urine.
Yeah, a long tube that goes into a tube.
All right. A tube that's in your body.
Right.
Okay.
In that all catheters are down there.
Okay, so look, this guy, he had a few drinks and he got a little out of line. Well, tell him. That's fine.
What's the whole obsession with fake boobs?
Oh, there isn't. I think there's a backlash now. Or a front lash, as it were.
Large breasts become sort of a symbol of eroticism for men. And whether they're fake or natural, it's whatever the aesthetic effect is on that given male.
Listen, I had an interesting discussion with, I think my buddy, the Wheeze. I don't even know who it was, but this is interesting, and I want to try to articulate it. We were talking about how there was a time when precise, exact drawings were very interesting and tantalizing, but since the computer came about, they now just look computer-generated. And that you want a hand drawing,
right,
or a hand rendition of something,
right,
something that doesn't look like it was churned out of a computer,
okay,
because it seems too easy and it seems almost artificial. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But there was a time 20 years ago or 30 years ago, before everything was computer, that if you saw a blueprint of a planned shopping mall that would have been via computer or looked like it was done that way, would have been amazing.
Yeah, right.
Now you covet the hand stuff.
Yeah.
And I was saying, it's the same thing about boobs. Before everyone had fake boobs, the fake boob was amazing because, oh my God, it's the perfect boob. But now it's too easy. We've seen it.
Too perfect.
Too perfect, and it's not perfect anymore because it's done so often.
Right.
I mean, the novelty of a boob that was perfect shape and defied gravity 10 years ago or 20 years ago was pretty amazing. But now, I think most guys are back with the natural style. So it's not an obsession of everyone's. I think there's a backlash, and she should just talk to her husband. It's not about boobs. It's about his respect for her.
That's right.
Number one, Asian big boob queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Amy?
Hi.
You're 17.
Yes.
What's up?
I wanted to know what you think of cartoon pornography.
Oh, not into it.
Not at all?
No. I gotta tell you, I'm not into the phone sex. I'm not into the computer generated stuff. I'm not into the cartoon stuff. It all just feels like a novelty whack to me. It just feels strange. I don't know, beat off to a cartoon. I mean, maybe Sheena Lord of the Jungle once in a while or something. If I'm drunk. But no. Why, you talking about that like Japanese stuff?
Yeah, that, and they have like American cartoons like Scooby-Doo and...
Nice!
What, I gotta see Scooby being blown by Daphne?
You don't have to, but they have stuff like that, yeah.
Wow.
See, that's just, I might as well see like Woodsy Owl give it to McGruff from behind or something.
It really becomes truly non-sexual. They're sexual acts, but non-sexual, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is there's a novelty part of sex, or something that I consider a novelty part of sex that I don't understand. This is where all the piercings, all the big strap-ons, and the leather.
This is the guys prancing around like horses carrying a carriage behind them.
Yeah, right, that we talked about with the discipline women, and there's like the equestrian room, and the part where I start shaking a rattle, yelling for my mom while I crap myself in the diaper and stuff. This is not sexual to me.
Right.
Mom, I'm so mad at you.
This is.
Jeez, I can't.
This is bad. This is trauma gone bad in the wiring. Right. Trauma being cross-wired with sex.
Yes. Here's what I'm saying. Sex to me is something you get your game face on, and this to me it'd be like if you watched NFL games, but they threw fecal matter at each other and threw rolls of toilet paper over the line,
and play in diapers, crapping themselves with Scooby-Doo on one line.
It ruins it for me. It's not serious anymore. It's novelty.
Don't do that when the girl's in bed. It's very naughty. Wait till she leaves and then do it.
Who was that?
That's Angelica Bridges.
Was it really?
Yeah. That I think I could work with, though. That I could work with. But yeah, so the novel side, and this includes animated pornography, just doesn't do it. Although some could argue that, Minka, the #1 Asian big boob queen, was a little bit novel.
And a little bit of a cartoon character.
Yeah, but all woman. Marie?
Hi.
Hey, you're 27.
I am.
What's happening?
Well, about, I don't know, has it been 3 months or so back? It was actually the Saturday in September before the attack, so the 8th of September. I was out with some girlfriends, and one of those once-in-a-blue moon nights where we just kind of did it all up, and ended up going back, to make a long story short, going back to stay at the house where my friend and her boyfriend were house sitting. And we'd caught up with him sometime quite a bit later on in the night, and I don't know, ecstasy is his thing these days, so he was rolling his balls off, having a good old time, I suppose. And they set me up in a spare bedroom where I basically passed out. I was just dead tired, and sometime later on, I was woken up not by anybody moving around in the house or anybody coming into the bedroom, but by him in bed behind me.
In bed behind you, all right.
Yeah.
And what was he doing?
So, I don't know, just sort of feeling around and groping and poking me from behind and whatnot, basically. I don't know, he was actually trying to entice me into coming downstairs where his girlfriend was to initiate a group thing.
All right, and what happened?
I mean, he left, and I was so taken aback that I couldn't say or do anything.
Okay.
I guess I wasn't necessarily, to be honest with you, I was so drunk that night, so I wasn't in.
What's the question?
What's the question?
I guess, given that it's been so long, I've since confronted her and told her about it. She's turned her back on me.
All right, hold on a second, Marie. Getting some weird energy from Marie. I'll tell you, there's a fair amount of guys who try to cash in on their girlfriend's friends in the house. Now, apparently, the girlfriend was sort of in on this one.
But everybody was on drugs. Sort of all bets are off and everybody's on drugs.
But this is I don't know if it's a recent trend, but it's one I wouldn't even begin to think of.
Yeah, ask your girlfriend, what do you think about...
Your old lady's in the next room, and you're going to slide down the hall and see if you can get some ass.
Well, he was trying to bring her down to...
I do understand that, and I know this one is a little bit different, and so maybe my timing is a little off. But we have had quite a few of these where the guy's trying to bang some other chick while his girlfriend is asleep in the next room, and I just think, wow, that's huevos.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll get back with... Marie after this. Hey there, kiddies. I'm Adam. That's my good partner and sometimes lover, Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. When we left off, we were speaking to Marie. Marie's 27. She went out, tied one on with a couple of gal friends of hers. Went back with her gal friends to the house, crashed out in a guest room. Her girlfriend's boyfriend was rolling on X, rolled into the room, sort of copped what we would consider by Loveline standards a medium to light feel.
Actually, that was chivalrous.
Yeah.
So sort of a quaint.
Yep, poked her a little bit in the back with maybe his penis. I don't know what. She pushed him off, and he went back in the living room and banged the bejesus out of his girlfriend. Now, Marie.
Yes.
So now, what this guy did was kind of out of bounds, but not by most standards.
By Loveline standards.
By love standards, most standards even, you would shrug this off. Or one would usually.
So we're wondering what made it so intense for you.
Seriously? I mean, to me, that kind of borders on sexual assault.
No, we agree with you. Don't get into that discussion.
No,
it does.
I mean, he sort of wanted to know if you wanted to come in and join them for a threesome, essentially, right?
I woke up to him groping me. I mean,
Well, here's what we're curious about. No doubt the guy was out of bounds. Yes,
absolutely.
This was a sexual assault, and the fact, though, is that we, in the callers we get, most of our callers sort of brush this kind of thing off. It's like, pain in the ass, I was able to protect myself. I stay away from that guy again. We get people calling in, wake up with guys mounting them, and they sort of blow it off as nothing.
Right.
And so we're wondering, what is it for you that made this so traumatic?
It just being in a position where I didn't.
Had you been powerless before in your life, in other experiences?
No, not that I recall. No.
All right.
I guess just in the situation that I was not in a position to be in control.
But it sounds like you were, though.
You were. Did he ask you if you wanted to have a threesome?
He was trying to initiate that as he left the room.
He was saying, will you come join us?
Yeah. And as far as I know, I don't even think she had any realization that any of this had happened.
Well, what got him to leave the room?
Him?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You didn't fight him off?
No, I couldn't.
Why?
Because, as I said, I mean, admittedly, I was, I guess, slightly in the wrong by having had, too much to drink that night.
You weren't in the wrong.
But that was the extent of what was going on with me.
Yeah, but listen, no. I have gotten in some of my best fights loaded. I've driven. I've done so many great things loaded. You could have. You could move when you're drunk.
If one of your friends came at you with their penis, you'd move. You'd fight.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've done my best work.
Why were you paralyzed in a situation where you were rendered paralyzed?
I imagine shock, just on just being so taken aback by the fact that he was doing this.
Well, here's
I guess I don't.
Here's what I'm going to go down the road. I'm going to go down is that these kinds of experiences can certainly trigger a post-traumatic stress type reaction, but when a inciting event that is not super intense creates a super intense reaction, it suggests that something else is being reawakened, some other experience of powerlessness.
Anything ever happened to you like this before?
No. That's why I guess maybe that's why I'm reacting.
Maybe you're not.
Whether or not there's cause to pursue anything.
Could it be something that you don't remember,
or could it be in another context?
If I don't remember, then it's kind of an ironic question, don't you think?
But
no. I mean,
do you have a sense of it?
I mean, what I'm saying is I know what you're saying about the irony of that question, but what I mean is there. Did anybody ever bring anything up like, some uncle that you don't talk to anymore, or some sister that accused somebody of doing something to her, or something like that, where you could have possibly been victimized yourself?
Mm-mm.
All right, nothing like this has ever happened.
But wait a minute, she may not be thinking about the kinds of things that can render this. Did anybody ever hit you when you were growing up?
No, not at all.
Did anybody ever abandon you? Were your parents with you your whole childhood and young adulthood?
My mother passed away before I was a freshman in high school.
All right.
But I mean, that has no sexual.
No, but we're talking about powerlessness, though. It happens to be in a sexual sphere right now, but powerlessness is the feeling that's so abhorred by your brain. Your brain doesn't like powerlessness. And other experiences of powerlessness, whether it's being in a bad accident or potentially, I've not seen that from death, but being struck, being rendered at the hands of another person powerless, can really come up again in your life with events like this.
Okay, well, there's nothing there. Why did the guy get up and leave, though, if you didn't do anything?
As I said, he was probably just assuming that whatever it was he was doing was enough to make me want to follow him, I suppose. I have no other. I don't know.
And did he?
Time had lapsed.
Do you know what he mean when he groped you? What did he do exactly?
Well, he was laying behind me, poking me with his dick. I was wearing all of a t-shirt and underwear, and he was not. I mean, like, I don't know, just like touching me, feeling me, not like penetrating me with anything by any means.
Right. And he tried to talk to the girlfriend about it, and she said,
"Well, listen. Of course, this is who she's attracted to. This guy does. This is not the first time he's done this. The guys that do this kind of thing all the time."
Honestly, and that's the approach that I tried to take with her. And
she knows whether she wants to talk about it or not. She knows she's into that kind of guy. But the fact is, he didn't continue the assault. He established boundaries that were,
we're not getting anywhere here. I know that sounds... Drew, we both have a vibe off of Marie, and that there's something going on, and I can't quite figure out what it is. But, okay, here's the deal. What this guy did was wrong.
Let's state that again, because I don't want to hear this crap that we somehow, endorsed a sexual assault.
What he did was wrong.
Wrong, period. But we're dealing with Marie and trying to dismantle what's up with her.
I don't think you're going to put this guy behind bars.
No way.
This.
What's the evidence?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to Exhibit A, the comforter. I don't know. So, this is not your friend. This guy isn't. This girl, I would question if she's your friend either anymore. And I think you just have to choose your friends more carefully, put it behind you, and move on. That's the best advice I can give her. She does sound angry, though, and that might be something to talk about.
Post-traumatic stress reaction. If those symptoms get bad, you should get some professional help with that.
Okay. All right. Jerome?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
I got a question for the doc. I was wondering if my girlfriend was pregnant, could she still have a period?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because it's like 22 days late. Would that be like a hint that she's pregnant?
Has she had her period and it's 22 days late?
Started it.
Well, you worry that it's first trimester bleeding, which is a threatened abortion, or some sort of placental abnormality. But whatever it is, you need a pregnancy test to see if she's pregnant. So go down the street to the pharmacy and get a pregnancy test.
Right.
There you go.
Right. I'll paint any car for $29.95. Right. Now that is true.
Earl Shop.
Thank God he knows somebody. Brandy?
Yes?
Again, I can give you the 70s. You understand?
I'll paint any car for $19.95 and $10 free body work. Hold on a second. How old are we, Drew, that I remember, I was not driving a car, obviously, but I remember Earl Scheib painting cars for $19.95. Imagine getting your car painted.
Yeah, I remember when he went to $29.95, it was a big deal.
I was like, oh, screw the Earl. Whoa, la-di-da.
And I can remember when it was being advertised only on a UHF channel 22. Remember that?
But here's the point. This was not so long ago. I mean, a under $20 paint job.
But I'm bringing up UHF.
Yes.
Does anybody who is listening to this show now know what that even was?
No.
Do you?
Yeah, I know what UHF is. How dare you? I used to watch Speed Racer and Kimba the White Lion.
Yes, on UHF.
When we get in trouble and we're in a fight, Who's the one that just won't turn around? Who's the king of doing good and doing right? Kimberly Lion is the one. Okay.
No, it's just like you guys seem like teenagers.
Yeah.
Your voices are like old.
Oh, boy.
You know, I liked when the Earl would throw in like $10 free body work. That was when it got up to $29.95. What's $10 free body work? I guess when your paint job's $29, $10 of free body work would be like a whole quarter panel or something. But $10 free body work. Right. Remember you used to say that? Mm-hmm. Right. Brandy?
Uh-huh.
You're 19.
Yep.
What's that?
Well, I have this friend, and I guess you can kind of consider him a bed buddy.
Uh-huh.
And a long time ago, he told me that he's never really had...
Hold on a second. I can't get over Earl. Imagine Earl, like, announcing to his wife at the dinner table, I'm going to open a whole chain of paint and body places, and I'll paint any car for $19.95. Right. His wife was like, are you high? Are you high? There's got to be $30 worth of paint in the goddamn thing alone. What the hell kind of plan was that? It wasn't like 1922. This was on 75 here. Right. Okay, I'm sorry. Brandy? Right. You're 1995?
No.
So, you're
I'll talk to any chick. 1995.
Your friend with benefits.
Yes.
And what's the deal? He told you that...
he's never really had an orgasm. And so...
Ever?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
No, wait a minute.
Right.
I mean, he's had sex, and he's, like, had people go down on him and so
He's
on.
never had an orgasm with another person.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Wrong.
So, anyways, I can get him off going down on him, but when we have sex, it does not work. And I'm wondering if there's, like, any reason.
No, that's a certain breed of guy.
Yeah. I got a little of that in me.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, well, Adam, just telling you, he's one of them.
You're 19.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's
now you've heard of it.
There's a lot of stuff you haven't heard of, right?
Yeah. By 19, you'll keep hearing stuff you've never heard of before, and it'll be the first time, and there you go.
All right.
You know why? What
about the guys that orgasm quickly? Do you know why?
No.
Okay, same thing. It's just that's their physiology.
Is he circumcised or uncircumcised?
He's circumcised.
Does he have any? Does he have a certain technique when he masturbates?
Not that I know of.
Is he a heavy masturbator?
Yeah.
have him lay back a little bit. Skip about 5 days, and all of a sudden things will work just fine.
Yeah. If you want him to have an orgasm while you're having intercourse, tell him to jump in the position that he's in when he beats off. Start doing it with you, and then just close his eyes and pretend he's doing the real thing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Good times.
As they say, sex is good, but it's not the real thing. Right.
Hey, this is Iggy Pop, and you're listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Well, Iggy Pop. Forgot about him.
What do you mean?
I just
haven't thought of him in a while.
No, actually I have, because I think I saw some picture of him in a magazine not too long ago, but he hasn't been in here in years and years. Since Earl was charging $19.95 for a paint job. Right. Okay, let's get back to the phones and talk to Gina. Gina is 18. She called last week. She's working down at the Oddball.
Yeah. Well, that's what it used to be called.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's called something else now, right?
Yeah.
And you were sort of hanging around with the bouncer.
Yeah.
Who was also your coach.
From high school.
Right.
Track
like
or
a
something.
track coach, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were doing some bachelor parties and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And doing a fair amount of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's the update?
Well, when I left off last week, I was telling you guys that I ended up going to this really big party, and like a bonehead, I decided to experiment and mix Hennessy and vodka together.
Hennessy and vodka?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. What was our advice?
You didn't really give me any advice.
All right. I told you to booze it up?
No, you didn't tell me that, but Dr. Drew did say that he sensed some alcoholism.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, of course.
So you mixed... meaning you had yourself a Hennessy drink and you had yourself a vodka drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the mixing of the booze thing never did quite get it. Never a big deal to me.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think it's a myth.
Yeah, but for some reason, it really got me wasted in like a really short amount of time.
Well, yeah, you're drinking a bunch of hard liquor.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is our question tonight?
Okay. Well, I have to give you a little bit of background of what I did, and then while I was drunk.
Wait, this is also the girl who's just in college, just getting a little money together to right. Right.
Yeah. I've noticed that every time I get drunk, I'm drawn to that one person.
The bouncer guy.
Yeah, and I ended up calling him, in the midst of me being so drunk and wasted, and I ended up telling him a whole bunch of explicit, raunchy stuff like, I want to, suck your dick.
Oh, whoa.
Radio here, dude.
Oh, okay. I was telling him,
Yeah, all right, we got it. Right.
Yeah, like, just a bunch of stuff that was just very explicit.
Right.
And, obviously I was really drunk, but at the same time, too, it shows a little bit of the truth. And
well, you had done this to him before, though, right?
Yeah.
So was it a revelation? I mean,
why is this
what I'm
such
saying
startling?
is if someone some stripper had been blowing me, called me drunk, and said, "I want to blow you," I'd be happy to hear the news, but I wouldn't say surprised necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, and so honestly, like, I've kind of had this self-realization that, I don't really want him as a boyfriend.
Yeah.
He was honestly, he was kind of like me reliving like a fantasy.
Oh, okay. But this is what you told us last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the question now?
The question is, since I realized that he was just a fantasy, like me wanting to live out some high school girl crush, and get with the coach and be a naughty girl and be.
I see. So you're a fantasy to him, and he's a fantasy to you. Good.
Yeah,
I agree with
I realize that. But the thing is, if I realize that it's just a fantasy, why is it that it keeps coming up, though? Why does it?
Because all those kinds of highly arousing experiences for you are great ways to avoid a lot of more unpleasant feelings and real relationships.
Well, why is it that you can't like this guy? Maybe you like this guy. What would be so?
I think he was more like a phase. Like the fantasy's over. Like when I think of
all right, well, listen, Screwball, stop boozing so much, would you? Jesus Christ, you're 3 years away from your ID, from being 21.
Your denial about the situation in your life is so profound. You're stripping, you're boozing, you're in chaotic relationships. You're on a spiral. You're on this sort of treadmill that's going to get some more momentum behind it. Unless you do something about this underlying disease, the addiction that is really sort of the big picture here, a lot of negative stuff is really going to come to bear on you.
Okay, but we tried this angle last time, so let's use a little reverse psychology.
Another thing,
I want you to get yourself a keg and put it in a knapsack and just suck off the tap as you go through your day.
Yeah, another thing that I want to ask you is that I've noticed that I go through phases with guys, like once...
listen, who cares about these guys?
Yeah,
please. Hey, shut up. Stop drinking. Stop drinking. I don't care what guy you're in love with this week. You got some guy...
Why is it that I go,
Oh, God, you chicks with you hot chicks with your guys. It's like, it's everything to you. You become like rich guys who collect cars,
Yeah,
it's like, it's everything. It's a compulsion, and you can do it. Do you know what I mean? You can do it.
So on one hand, you are frustrated with her lack of attention to reality. On the other hand, you're contemptuous of the fact that she can pull it off.
I don't understand why she's so hell-bent against liking this guy that she seems to be sort of obsessed with.
She doesn't want to like anyone. She can't. It's too vulnerable.
Okay, well, listen. If you don't like the guy, stop calling our goddamn radio show and telling us you don't like him. That's number one. Number two, stop boozing. Go to AA.
There you go.
Start focusing on that, and magically all these troubles will clear up.
That's right.
Just go to AA,
Get a
please.
sponsor. Get the sponsor. Work the steps.
Please. All right. Take a quick call. You got a quick one?
Yeah, that's a quick
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Rebecca?
Yeah.
You're 25?
Yeah.
You want to know if IUDs are dangerous?
Well, I heard Dr. Drew talking about it the other day, and I just had one put in like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I felt like I got really good information, and I haven't had any problems with it for the most part. But I wondered. I just heard the tail end of it, so I didn't really get to hear.
All right, they have a history of causing problems, infections, fertility problems, but the belief is the current wisdom is that some of that was a result of the type of IUDs they were using, that they're much safer now, and that they can be used in women who've never been pregnant safely, though I personally have difficulty recommending them because I saw such disasters with them when I was
let me bring this up, Drew. IUD came around, don't correct me, 30, 35 years ago. They used them for 15 or 20 years. Then there was they started getting a bad rap. Yeah. People stopped using them. Yeah. Would they, in today's litigious climate, would they ever bring something back that had problems unless they'd really thought they'd worked out the bugs?
That's a good point. Plus, though, why are people not focused on this? Because this does impair implantation. This causes an abortion. That's how it works.
Really?
Why aren't they focused on that as opposed to the morning after pill, which does not do that?
Well, I've told you that the religious right is not so interested in facts. Well, look at it. These nut jobs think the earth is 2,000 years old and that Moses parted the Red Sea and he spoke to a burning yucca plant up on top of Mount Sinai. So and that Noah collected all the animals 2 by 2 and put them in a giant ark. So how scientific would you say these folks are? How big a role does science play in their life? Or forget science, I would just put facts. Not a big role. They're living in fantasy land. We'll be back. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. Drew's over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Let's get back to the phones. Speak to Anthony.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
Hey, Anthony. You're 17.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Where's Ace Rockola been? Haven't heard him in a while.
Oh, he was taking a little break, but, we've had guests and all that. But he'll come back tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how about that?
That's good times.
Let's start. I'm gonna go over to the fax machine. I'm gonna pull some traffic and some weather and a surf report, and we'll get Ace Rockola cranked up tonight.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Thanks, there, Anthony. God bless you. That's all I needed. Here's the beauty of me. I have 150 people tell me how much they hate Ace Rockola, and I have 2 people tell me they like it.
You're in.
That's all I need.
I put the bell on your door.
Yeah, we noticed it, believe me.
Thanks, Anderson.
When I walked in.
That's right. Get ready, everybody. What's up there, Brian?
Hey, I'm an atheist, and the rest of my school, which is really small, is really religious, and I want to know how to tell them that I'm an atheist without.
Why would you have to tell them?
Well, it's because they're really religious, and
you'd have to leave that school if you objected to how they conduct themselves. You're telling them an atheist is just going to bring a bunch of negative stuff down on you, right?
Well, I can't really leave the school until the rest of the year, and then I'm out.
So why would you want to live in hell in the meantime?
Well, he doesn't believe in hell.
Yeah.
Why did you go to that school in the first place?
Well, it was because of the small environment and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I'm an atheist as well, but on the other hand, why rock the boat? If you're getting a good education, it's a good school, and you feel like you're not going to do much better somewhere else, you just sit there and sort of suck it up a little.
All right.
And, how much praying do you do?
None.
Oh, you don't? No, but
they don't force you to.
The school?
Yeah.
No. It's the school isn't religious, but the students are.
And you want to tell your peers?
Hold on, what does that mean?
I don't know.
The whole, all of the students. It's only 14 students, and
in the whole school.
Yeah.
What do you guys play, like a 1.5-man football? What? 14 kids?
Yeah.
The hell?
How many grades?
3.
Wow.
K through 12.
2 teachers, 14 students.
What the hell kind of hippie nonsense is this?
I don't know.
Why don't you talk to the teachers about your different
What the teachers is dad? Are you kidding me?
But if they're not sort of pounding you about this at the school.
Wait a minute. What the hell is this? 14 people? Don't you want to go to a regular school where you can meet chicks and play on the football team and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're 14 now.
Yeah.
You're in the 8th grade, 9th grade?
8th grade, yeah.
Is this some sort of alternative school? Did you get kicked out of your usual school?
No, it's for learning disabilities, and it's set up by the Providence Health System.
What's your disability?
An LD. Learning disability. I don't know.
Non-specific learning disability.
Dyslexia or something.
Oh, well, it's just, they just call them dopes.
Yeah.
Non-specific learning disability just means, D student at best.
No.
I was one of them, too.
I get A's.
You get A's?
Yeah.
Well, you get A's because you don't have any real structured environment over there.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
You take open book tests and talk to people next to you and ask for the answers, all that stuff.
No.
Go to a real school next year.
All right, I'll do it.
Will your parents let you do that?
Yeah. I'm planning on doing it next year.
Okay. You do that, and until then, keep your atheism to yourself. But as far as the school, you have 14 kids.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hey, good times. How's the band? You guys got a good band?
No.
Took 3rd in the city last year?
Marching band?
No. We don't have...
Play the 2-minute waltz? Huh?
We go to a community center for our PE, which it isn't even called PE, it's called experiential.
You guys just sit in like a locker room or something, right? And take your classes? This is no good. This is no good. You got to assimilate into society. You got to take your lumps.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at me. I mean, here's the thing. I think it's a good thing that we find kids that have learning difficulties and focus on those kids, but I think maybe we've overdone it a little bit. We can't yank them. You know, my thing is there are kids that have special needs, and those kids need that attention, but they shouldn't be just stop the world and get off kind of thing.
Right.
Because that doesn't exist in life. That's not reality.
Right.
The reality is you get a little extra attention, you work a little harder, you overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I'm going to homeschool him because he doesn't get along. That's weird because eventually, what do? Homework, and you have to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Jane?
Yeah.
Hey, you're 36. What's up?
Well, I was just taking issue with something that Dr. Drew said a little while ago about IUDs.
All righty.
And he said that the way the IUD works is that it actually causes an abortion. And that may be true for a certain kind, but the kind that I have doesn't work that way.
Boring. Why? What kind do you have?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I've got a Paragard IUD. It's T-shaped, and it's got some copper on it, and it actually prevents fertilization. So I didn't want women out there who were listening to your program.
It has no possibility of impairing implantation?
Well, I didn't say that. It's that...
Okay, that's the point. That's the point I was making, is that a lot of people have focused on the theoretic possibility that the morning after pill could impair implantation, and they've not taken aim at IUDs. When IUD historically... We knew that historically they did impair implantation, and there is a potential function in their current use. And no one's taken aim at that, and that troubles me that we have certain things we look at that could eliminate abortion, frankly, that really doesn't impair implantation, and another means that probably doesn't impair implantation, but might, and they don't want to look at that. So. Right,
but I guess I would say for any female there who has maybe a philosophical trouble with that the Paragard IUD doesn't work that way.
Right.
There may be a slight chance, but the way that it works is the copper actually creates a chemical environment that it
sperm doesn't like
fertilization.
Right. Yeah, sperm
right. Well, can't you just put a roll of pennies up there?
Yeah, I would think quarters maybe would be
like
better,
a piggy bank. Well, I mean, there's a higher copper element to the pennies, isn't there?
Well, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Think they'd look very good when they came out, though.
Well, yeah, but let's say you need to feed the meter or something. Punch the old lady in the gut, get yourself a little change. All right. And speaking of all the right-wing religious whack jobs who are, to me, just borderline retarded, the gal, remember that Jane Hathaway who was in here 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Going to send me in the data.
About how, being on the birth control pill increase your risks of HIV or something?
That's right.
Yeah.
Some significant data. Remember I begged her for that number, but she just couldn't recall it? Gonna go get that data and bring it in? 6 months. When do you think that data's coming, Drew? All right, come on, honey. If you're listening, send it. Or at least send me a fruit basket with a goddamn apology note just saying how wrong you are and how you tried to lie. That's all I want. Just admit you lied. Admit you lied and lied on a national radio show, and I'll forgive you. Bitch. People should be punished. I don't have the data. My ass. Kyle?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, love you, Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah? All right. I got a masturbate
You're
question
gay.
for you.
All right.
Hey. All right. My friend says that he can masturbate in under a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we need a way to test to see if he's lying or not.
Yeah. Well, we used to play that.
Really?
Yeah. It'd work like this. We'd all drop our pants, stand in a circle around a room. I'd say, I can masturbate in under 3 minutes. My buddy Ray'd say, I can do it in 2. Buddy Louise say, minute and a half. Ray would say, minute. I'd say 45 seconds. And they'd say, whack that dick. And, then it was game on. You ever see Whack That Dick?
The TV show?
Yeah. It didn't last real long. It was UPN. It was like Name That Tune. Do you remember Name That Tune?
Oh, yeah.
Name That Tune was great.
Name that tune in 3 notes. Name that tune.
No, it was great when it get down to 1 note. It'd be like, Tommy Dorsey and the band are over there. They're going to play this song. They go, I can name that tune in 5 notes. I can name it in 4. I can name it in 3. I can name it in 2. I name it 1. I name it in half a note. Name that tune. Then the band would go, the guy'd go, won't you be my melancholy baby? Yes! It was like, I was like, how the hell are you going to name a tune in 1 note? That was the waltz. Na 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 na.
Blue Daniel.
Na 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 na.
No.
Na 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 na. Okay. All right, where were we? Yeah, you can do it in under a minute. I do know this. He wants to know how to confirm it. Where is he? Huh?
3.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, you just send him into the bathroom and start the timer.
Yeah.
Is there pre-erection, erection? What's the official read on this?
You cannot have a hard penis that you had been working with, but I think it would be okay to have a little leather, as we used to call it.
And then what if he's transported semen in from the outside? You see what I'm saying? A bag
a little baggie of semen in his sock.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a certain point where you just have to trust the integrity of your friend.
Make sure it's warm.
Who's beating off in the bathroom while you're standing outside with a stopwatch.
Yeah, because I really don't want to look at his penis.
All right.
But you look at his semen?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to look at the semen. Yeah, Anderson?
Please tell me you did not do that.
Yeah,
In
we've
the circle?
done this.
Please.
No, not in the circle. No, no, it was kind of actually a hexagon.
No, I know guys that have
6
done
guys.
that in the circle.
No.
And they're scumbags. I mean, I don't talk to those people.
No, you shouldn't talk to them. No, I can't. I couldn't whack off while I was facing another guy. But there has been. We have worked some speed, and the minute, which they used to think was like the 4-minute mile, that was a barrier that would never be broken.
The minute was like that?
Yeah, it was for there was the 4-minute mile in running. There was a sound barrier in speed. You know, there are times that people thought your head would explode if you broke the sound barrier and stuff.
And
they thought about this for the 1-minute whack.
Yeah.
And it was beaten.
Who?
Jeez, I don't want to. He gets mad when I talk about him too much. I don't know. I just know I have friends that easily have done this. Steve?
Easily?
Well,
become proficient.
The 1 minute was doable. Steve?
Yes?
You're 22?
Hey, what's up?
What's
Guys,
up?
You rock.
Thanks.
Listen, actually, I had a question about Viagra.
Alrighty.
I don't need it necessarily. I'm in perfect health, but I'm curious about, if there's any dangers in using it.
For a healthy person, there could be only danger. There's no value in using it. And what that danger is, we really don't fully know.
It's not tested that much?
Well, not on healthy people. And again, medication is not meant to be used on healthy people. It's never going to make healthy people healthier. It's only going to put you at risk of problem.
Yeah, but you're always looking for that edge. You know what I mean?
That's basically it. My friend uses it, and he says it basically makes you a lot better. That kind of thing can make you last a lot longer.
Well, would you have a problem?
No.
What I mean is the sex that you're currently having unsatisfying to you?
No. Actually, I was just curious.
And your penis works fine?
It works just dandy.
Okay.
Why mess with it?
What's that?
Why mess with it? As I've said many times, there's just no free lunch with Mother Nature. That she will pay you back for anything you do to mess around with. Now, if she's already screwing with you and you've got a disease, then fine. You take medication to try to restore health.
This is why the gays get in the anal poppers and stuff like that. You know, everyone's trying to sort of up the ante and push the envelope a little bit when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
And to me, I've always said that's one thing you don't need to monkey with too much. That's good. Until everything, try to tweak everything else. Here's what you should be doing in life. Tweak everything else in life to see if you can get it to be half as good as sex.
Mm-hmm.
Why tweak the sex?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I would look at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Drew. Eric, you're 13, but here's the real answer. Look, he could take one, and it's not going to do anything to him.
It's probably true.
Probably true. On the other hand,
why do that?
Then what about the next time?
Yeah.
Is it less now than what you're used to because you had this outrageous experience? I don't know. All right. Eric?
Yeah.
You're 13?
Yeah.
What's up there, Jane?
I want to know the symptoms to tapeworms.
Weight loss, B12 deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? You think you got tapeworm?
And proglottids coming out your ass.
What's that?
These pieces of worm.
Oh.
Why is it pieces of worm that come out of you? Just the worm?
Just basically egg
break
sacs.
off?
Yeah,
egg sacs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Eric?
Yeah.
Why do you think you have tapeworm?
I was playing tennis tonight, and, my stomach really hurt.
Yeah, well, that probably is tapeworm.
Yeah, tapeworm would be the last thing on my list of probabilities. So, Are you still hurting now?
No.
Okay. The trick is...
I don't know. When he was playing tennis.
When you have symptoms, to go let a doctor take a look at it and try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Are you taking any medication?
Don't play tennis no more.
Mm-hmm. No? Don't take any aspirin or anti-inflammatories, anything like that?
No.
It could be a ringworm, I guess.
Where was the pain?
It was in my, lower left stomach, kind of.
Yeah, that's where they hide.
How long did it last for?
Huh?
How long did it last for?
Oh, an hour.
An hour? Yep.
So have you had diarrhea or anything like that since?
No.
No. You don't
vomiting?
No. Tapeworms, no.
It was left side or right side?
Left side.
Lower left side?
Lower left. And lasts about an hour, and it happens when you play tennis, mainly.
Yeah.
Unless it's in a country where they play squash, but it's kind of the same thing.
Okay, so you got to let a doctor take a look at that.
All right. You guys are awesome.
All right. He'll probably just, kill it with one of those bang sticks. Say, that's just a stick with a shotgun shell on the end of it. You should be all right.
All right.
All right, Eric. You take care of yourself.
Can I say hi to Natalie?
No. That would be impossible.
All right.
All right. No! All right. Oh, boy. We're getting into religion today. Hey, Doug?
Yep.
You're 16?
Yep.
What's up?
Yeah, my question is for Adam.
Yep.
What specific point in your life made you become atheist?
Nothing. I just wasn't, religion is something that's, you have to sort of get indoctrinated into. It's like bagpipe music or something. It's like anything that's weird that doesn't make sense. You get eating haggis or tripe. One of these